It was a sunny day. The sky was clear and the sun shone brightly over the park. Everyone in the park seemed to be enjoying the beautiful weather. Little Rabbit raced towards the pond. He was winning. Suddenly, splat! Little Rabbit slipped in the mud. He couldn't move. "Uh-oh!" he cried. "Help!" Little Duck quacked and ran back. "Don't worry, Rabbit, I'll help you!" Little Goose came running. "What happened? What happened?" he honked. Little Duck pointed a wing. "Rabbit is stuck in the mud!" Little Goose giggled. "I have an idea. We can use this leaf as a giant spoon." He flapped his wings excitedly. Section 4. Teamwork to the rescue! Little Duck shook her head. "That won't work, Goose. We need a better plan. The mud is too thick and Little Rabbit is stuck deep. We can't just pull him out with our beaks. We need to think of something else. We need to pull Rabbit out, but how? Maybe we can use a branch or a rope. Let's look around and see what we can find. We need to work together and come up with a solution quickly." Little Duck and Little Goose grabbed Little Rabbit's paws. They held on tight and started to pull. It was hard work, and they could feel the mud resisting. But they didn't give up. They knew they had to save their friend. 1, 2, pull! Shouted Little Duck. They pulled and pulled with all their might. The mud was slippery, and it felt like they were getting nowhere. But they kept encouraging each other, knowing that teamwork was their only hope. Finally, Little Rabbit popped out of the mud with a loud pop. The friends cheered and hugged each other. They had done it. Their teamwork and determination had saved the day. Little Rabbit was free, and they all celebrated their success together. Section 5. Friends always help friends. Little Rabbit was free. He had been stuck in the mud for what felt like forever, but now he was finally out. The sun was shining and the sky was a brilliant blue. Little Rabbit felt the warmth of the sun on his back and the cool mud between his toes. He couldn't help but smile as he looked around at his friends who had helped him. He was covered in mud, but he was so happy. The mud was thick and sticky, clinging to his fur, but it didn't matter. What mattered was that he was free and surrounded by friends who cared about him. Little Rabbit knew that he couldn't have done it without them. They had all worked together, pulling and pushing until he was free. "Thank you for helping me, friends," he said, his voice full of gratitude. His friends, Little Duck and Little Goose, stood nearby, their feathers also covered in mud. They had jumped right in to help without a second thought, and now they were all a muddy mess together. "You're welcome, Rabbit," said Little Duck and Little Goose. They all laughed. The sound of their laughter filled the air, a joyful noise that echoed across the field. It was a reminder that true friends are always there for each other, no matter how messy the situation might be. Even though they were muddy, they knew that helping friends is always the best fun. The mud would wash off, but the memories of this day would last forever. They had faced a challenge together and come out stronger for it. And as they stood there, covered in mud and smiling, they knew that they would always be there for each other, no matter what.